Hi everyone, I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, a medium, an astrologer, and an energy channeler. I'm here to do a reading on Jamie Foxx and further rumors about what's really going on with him and the circumstances surrounding his medical illness. We've done two readings on him so far on my channel. Oh no, three. This will be the fourth, I think. I did two by myself. I did one with fellow psychic Tracy Brown on YouTube. We talked about the rumors with him and P. Diddy, him and Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes and Scientology. So I definitely would go check that out. I did that. We did that live, so it's in the live stream section. And today I'm doing a reading on further rumors about what's going on with Jamie Foxx. There are further rumors about Jamie Foxx and the King's coronation, King Charles' coronation, and a connection to that. I also heard something about Ellen DeGeneres, so maybe we'll do Ellen another time. I think it's more irrelevant with Ellen. It's like maybe Ellen just kind of wished well wishes towards Jamie, and maybe some people didn't like it. I don't know. But anyways, I've been hearing a lot of rumors. Some of them have, if you watched me and Tracy's reading, some of them have maybe allegedly turned out to be allegedly maybe some truths up in there with these rumors. Where they say where there's smoke, there's fire. So, it was said that Jamie Foxx was filming a movie called Back in Action with Cameron Diaz and all these other very famous co-stars, but they actually were filming in London at one point. And there's also we found through readings we did on Jamie, especially the most recent one I did with Tracy Brown, we found that there is a Scientology headquarters somewhere in London in the UK. And this is all happening during Jamie Foxx's medical crisis that he's experiencing during the King's coronation, King Charles's coronation, and we know that the royals do a lot of heavy magic, and when I say heavy, they do heavy magic that goes back centuries. The coronation itself is a ritual, so I have a very open mind. I don't put anything past human beings. So I'm definitely gonna look into all this energy, but I also trust spirit most importantly, as that's my job, and I'm very good at my job. So if you guys would like a reading from me, by the way, I definitely would recommend you to contact me for a reading. You can text me at 703-791-9162. You can also email me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com or visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I do have WhatsApp for international clients as well. I just had a client reading early this morning. I think she said she was in Thailand. I think so. Yes, I'm available for international clients, so do not hesitate to reach out wherever you are in the world. We will figure out a time that works for us. And yes, I'm available for readings, so do not hesitate to reach out. I'm available for readings today if you're watching this video, so contact me for a reading. Text me once again at 703-791-9162 or email me or visit my website. That's probably the best place to reach me, by the way, if you would like a reading. This is my website, so once you've reached this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. You can also follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook, where I post regularly as well. Day-to-day life things, as well as, of course, spiritual and psychic things and tarot. And also, if you would like a reading, go right to the store section. This is where you would go to view all the rates, services, products, classes, candles, and different types of things I do offer. And I do offer quite a lot. I offer email readings. I also offer phone readings. I offer video recorded readings where you send your questions. After your payment, follow the directions. And then after you've sent your questions and information, I will record myself doing your reading and then email you that video to download and keep within 1 to 4 days or less typically. I also do birth chart readings, both individual birth chart readings and compatibility birth chart readings. I also do offer past life readings, mediumship readings, where I tap into spirit. I am a medium. That's where I don't use cards. Sometimes, some of you will contact me and not want cards. Get a mediumship reading if you don't want me to read the cards or look into the cards, because some people don't want that. I also do candles, custom candles, protection candles, astrology classes, tarot classes. I also do spiritual self-development classes as well as dream interpretation readings. So if you'd be interested in any of those things, then definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. So we keep hearing these conflicting stories about Jamie Foxx, and is he okay? Is he not okay? Is he, alive and well? Is he not alive and well? There's just so many different things. So I'm gonna tap in and see what we've got going on, and I'm also gonna see what the correlation may be to the Royals, into his trip to the UK, or maybe just what went on while traveling for this movie, filming this movie in general with him. Thank you, Spirit, for opening up a channel so that I can connect with the energy of Jamie Foxx and the King Charles coronation, as well as Jamie's trip to the UK, England, to film his movie. Thank you for providing clarity and insight. Thank you for protecting my energy, thoughts, minds, and emotions, as well as my space. Thank you for protecting those watching this video. In the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, amen. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it and see what we've got going on with this whole situation with Jamie and King Charles and this trip to the UK, child. Is there a connection? Let's see. Spirit, thank you for giving me clarity and insight on what went on with Jamie Foxx and his trip to the UK. Is there a correlation with Jamie and King Charles's coronation? What is really going on with Jamie? Give us some clarity and insight on his traveling with this movie. Okay, so the first thing I feel like is I feel like I'm for some reason, I feel like I'm in space. So I don't know if Jamie Foxx had a movie where he was in space at one point, or if he had a movie coming up where he was in space, or if there's something about being in space connected to this movie that he was doing in the UK, or this movie that he was filming with Cameron Diaz. But for some reason, literally feel like I'm in space. I'm on those like little those rock formations with the tall rocks, and it's like the stuff like that. And I see Jamie in a one of those suits, those space suits. And he's just kind of walking along. And then for some reason, I feel like gravity just ceases to work any longer, and he just kind of floats away. But he starts to panic, and it's like he wants out of his body, but it's like his body's in the spacesuit, so really he wants out of the spacesuit kind of thing, but he can't get out of the spacesuit. So he's just kind of stuck floating away in limbo in the spacesuit. It kind of gives me the energy, and I've said this before, where I think there's something with Jamie where at one point, or maybe this is how he is now, I feel like there was one point, or this may be how he is now once again, where it's like, I feel like at one point he may have been conscious, or he may be conscious, but like can't move his body, or it's like he's conscious, but like, and aware, but not able to like move his body, or his body's not able to function like normal kind of thing. Um hmm. And then I hear the word metaphor, so I feel like there's something about breaking down the metaphor of Jamie being in space in this spacesuit. And I don't see anyone like else around him, but I'm wondering like, is he filming, or is this real life, even though it's a metaphor? Anyway. So there's something specifically about this spacesuit and the fact that he at the last minute he can't get out of this spacesuit. And it feels like with this metaphor seeing of him floating away, it feels like in Jamie's mind and in his panicking mind, from what I'm seeing, it's like he thinks if he rips this spacesuit off, the spacesuit will fly away, but he'll float back down to Earth. It's the space in his mind. It's like maybe it's the spacesuit that's like defying gravity or that's anti gravity, and not necessarily me, the human being, kind of thing. Um, but of course, that fact can't be proven, or that can't be proven because in this metaphor, I'm seeing he can't take off the spacesuit. So there's like definitely some energy of him wanting to be out of his skin or out of his body, or maybe having like some sort of out of body experience. Um, I see him sleeping a lot, like resting a lot. And it's interesting that there were a lot of American celebrities at at King Charles's coronation, because I think I remember seeing something about Katy Perry performing at King Charles's coronation. So let let me know in the comment section below if that's true, because feel like I remember seeing that in passing or something like that. Um, okay, so I feel like I'm panning away. I'm panning back from Jamie, and I feel like this whole space thing is either because I feel like people are watching him. Like I feel like people in what Spirit is showing me, this image Spirit is showing me. I pull back, like how the camera pans back, and then you see what's going on in the foreground of the background when you've been so focused on this center subject kind of thing. It's all like camera technical, jargon, but keep in mind this is a man, that lives in this world of camera technical jargon, Hollywood, things of this nature. So I'm panned back, and I see people, and I feel like they're crouched down, and they're literally watching Jamie float away. Like I literally see their heads kind of like they're just watching in awe and intrigue, and they just like literally watch him float, and no one does anything. They're just kind of watching him, and I feel like there is filming happening because I do see a cameraman. So okay, thank you, Spirit, for giving me more clarity on that metaphor. um, so I feel like this whole metaphor of what Spirit is showing me of him being in this spacesuit, him floating away, is somehow metaphorically his space that he inhabits in Hollywood at this current time. As a star, as a celebrity, as an actor, and things of this nature. But I think what the issue is that now he's reached a height where everything maybe is a spectacle, and because what I'm noticing too is the camera, like, so what I'm seeing is the cameraman. I feel like the cameraman yells action like right before he floats away. But what I'm wondering is this whole panicking in the bodysuit as I'm floating away thing, or in the spacesuit as I'm floating away thing, is that real or is that like fake? Because it feels a little bit real. Like I feel like from what I'm seeing, he's literally panicking in the spacesuit, literally floating away into the ethers, further into space, and it's like the camera, is just panning up, and it's like it's almost like the director yells cut when he's out of view, like you can't see him any longer. So I feel like what this is saying, first of all, this feels like a fever dream, and I feel like I'm in a Jordan Peele movie once again. But what this is telling me is that once again, this, how do I say this? What Jamie is going through now is a part of the spectacle for him, or is a part of the spectacle not only for him but for the powers that be, and Hollywood and entertainment and just entertainment in general. It's a hot topic. It's a hot button. A lot of news stations are running a lot of news stories. A lot of YouTubers. So it's like it's a spectacle. Kind of thing. And there's something about the lines blurring between what is real and what is fake. Because when it comes to Hollywood and entertainment, you want it to look real or appear real, even if it is fake, right? So, to me, what this is telling me is there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on with the situation, as if we didn't already know this, right? There's a lot of smoke and mirrors connected to this whole situation with Jamie Foxx. But it's also spectacle, like spectacle. I keep hearing spectacle. Like the fact that this man is, losing his sense of self and has gone through what he's gone through, like, and is, have his medical crisis, like, that is being used as a storyline. What this also tells me is that something went on prior to him having his medical crisis and no one intervened. They just watched, just as he floated away, and what Spirit was showing me. And a lot of times, I really wish, like, what I can see my psychic eye, I wish I could show you. Like, I wish I could, like, somehow project my mind and what I'm seeing into, like, the camera or something like that. But I try to explain it the best way I can. But the way he was floating away, and no one did anything, and they just kind of watched him and caught the whole thing on camera. Like that's how I feel like they treated Jamie Foxx in this situation with him getting sick, him having this medical crisis. Like there was clearly something wrong with him prior to him having this medical crisis, but it's almost like they. This is weird. Okay, it's almost like they wanted to catch it on camera. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they caught him on camera while he was having some sort of medical issue or breakdown, and maybe you can see it in his face, you can see it in his aura, you can see it in his energy. Maybe that was something that could have propelled the script or propelled the scene as to what was being performed, or once again, is it a storyline for Jamie Foxx? The lines blur when it comes to Hollywood and things of this nature. And I say all that to say, and I hope you're sticking with me, I say all that to say I think that's where somehow, some way the connection comes in with the Royals. So I have to say, from what I'm picking up, because it seems like a lot of people, in my comment section and things like that, because I just pay attention to my comment section mainly. I don't watch a lot of other psychics or YouTuber psychics or tarot readers specifically. But one thing I've seen in my comment section in particular, and of course Tracy's as well, because I was on her channel, was that of course Diddy came up, Tom Cruise, we read on them already, but there's something also. There was like the king's coronation kept coming up, but it was almost like, and I'm not saying or blaming anything or anyone like that. I'm just trying to explain things. It was almost like the implication was that whatever happened to Jamie was caused by the king's coronation, and King Charles and what is her name, honey? Not Beatrice. What is her name? King Charles and Camilla. I don't know where I got Beatrice from. Is that her middle name? Don't know where I got that from, honey. Don't ask. All right. But King Charles and Camilla, that seemed to be the implication. Was like, did they do it? It's almost like a who done it. Who did it? Um, I want to say no. I don't think King Charles or Camilla were like the culprits, or cause of what happened to Jamie. But I will say once again that they are a part of the system as well of entertainment and Hollywood and the elite, the powers that be kind of thing. And especially when we speak of such as a big, high stature, highfalutin, ritual, we'll call it allegedly, ceremony, maybe a better, more PC word, such as the royal coronation. Think of, Queen Elizabeth and her coronation. That was a big deal back then, you know. So they may be intertwined somehow. Maybe there was something where when Jamie, for example, was filming in the UK, maybe there was already plans. For example, this is just an example. Maybe there were already plans, for example, pertaining to the coronation that maybe affected the filming of Jamie's movie, for example. And maybe once again, that's how the royals tie in. But I do believe that the royals, of course, have their whole magic, magic rituals and things like that going on. Um, but once again, I'm wondering if there was like already ceremonies happening prior to the actual coronation, and I'm wondering maybe even if Jamie participated in any of those ceremonies while he was in the UK, or if he visited, anything like that. Like there's something with that. I am so thirsty. I don't know why I'm seeing a spider. Like a spider. It almost looks like a black widow or something like that. So I'm wondering, like, did he also get bit or something, or was there something with like insects too? I don't know why I'm seeing a spider. Of course, the spider could be symbolic as well. Once again. So what I'm seeing is I feel like one day he came onto set, and I feel like this is when they were overseas. I feel like one day Jamie came to set, and this may have been right before he had the medical crisis, and I just literally see him like profusely sweating, like little beads and droplets just like forming on his head continuously, like he's having to like pat his forehead down, and like he's like literally profusely sweating. But I feel like Jamie's the type of person where it's like I literally see him like, no, I'm gonna fight it off. Nah, nah, man, I'm good. I promise. Like I feel like he's the type of person to tell his assistant, just go get me a hot cup of tea or something like that, or like I just need to stay hydrated. Like I literally see him sweating all over his body, under his armpits, like. But I feel like he's still working. But I feel like part of this is him wanting to push through whatever he's experiencing. It's like I'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Let's just get this work done, kind of thing. I also feel like there's something with the stomach too. Like maybe his stomach started to act up or act weird. And I also feel like there's certain things he did, like his usual things. Like I feel like there's certain things where, like for example, if his stomach did act up, like I feel like he had a routine. It's like, oh, my stomach's acting up again. Let me take my Pepto Bismol, or let me take my, you know, my green smoothie, or like whatever it is. Like he had his thing he did when there was something wrong with him. It's like, okay, like I'm feeling a little bit woozy. Like, let me just, drink water. Make sure I stay. Like, there's things he did where it's like, but the issue comes in when it's like it wasn't working, and I feel like there's something with sweating where he started like that's when he realized something was wrong, but he still pushed through it. And I feel like whatever he experienced while he was overseas, it did not get fixed. I feel like he needed to rest. Like he needed to rest, like and like rest for a few days or something like that. But I see him like continuing to like work and push through it, and then it's like maybe he got a little bit better, and then it's like right before they left, maybe the UK or whatever it was, and traveled back to America. But it's like by the time he got to America, once again, and I feel like there's something about a lack of sleep. I keep getting the energy of like a lack of sleep. It's like by the time he got to America, whatever was wrong was just exacerbated. So I feel like he got sick overseas, and it was not fixed overseas. He was not healed overseas. And then because of that, once he got back to America, the medical issue, ensues. And I feel like there's something like he was being given or something he was taking himself or a combination of both of these things that made it worse. Or it's kind of like, what would be a good example? Okay. I'll say it this way, and I hope I'm making sense for my medical professional people out there. Once again, I'm not a medical professional. I am just a psychic. Although I could be considered a medical psychic, but I am not a medical professional. I did not go to school for medicine. So there you have it, alleged for YouTube entertainment YouTube purposes. It's kind of like the energy of you are dealing with the someone is dealing with the onset. I won't say you. Someone is dealing with the onset of like a heart attack or a stroke or something dealing with their brain, like a brain aneurysm. I don't know the symptoms of these things, but hypothetically speaking, it's like they're dealing with that, but it's like they think it's like an angina, or they think it's like just a headache. Oh, it's a headache. Take a couple Tylenol, you'll be okay. Oh, it's just angina. drink some apple cider apple cider vinegar water. Take some Pepto Bismol. You'll be fine. You know, but it's not helping the issue, and it may be making it worse somehow, some way. Because I feel like he went to bed, and I feel like it was just like this too. I feel like he went one day he was fine, but he went to bed fine. He woke up, and that, or maybe he didn't wake up. I'm not sure, and that's when the problem started. Like I almost feel like he woke up and couldn't move his body, or couldn't get out of bed, or was super sore. But I feel like he kept pushing through it. Now I gotta get this done, I gotta do that. Like it's someone, like imagine if someone is like clearly sick. They're coughing, they're blowing and sneezing, blowing their nose. They can barely get any food down. They're like half asleep, their heads cocked to the side, but they're like, no, I gotta get up, I gotta perform, I gotta get up and do this show. I gotta get up and I gotta I gotta host this thing. But it's like clearly you're not well to do that. You know, but in their mind, it's like, nope, give me a couple Tylenol, give me a couple, emergency pills, and I'll be good. Give me a glass of orange juice and we'll make it through kind of thing. Like, that's why I feel like Jamie was initially approaching this, like, health crisis or this health issue. Initially, like, on the onset of it, prior to him getting to this state. And I keep feeling the energy of, like, being in a rush or feeling like I'm rushed. Like, I don't know if this is Jamie rushing or if he feels like he's being rushed by the powers that be, kind of thing. Like, I don't know if it's actually his mindset where it's like, I got to get this done because I mean, I feel like he's a hard worker, but I also feel this energy of I got to get this done because the powers that be want me to get it done, kind of thing, as well. Like, I can't slack, I can't delay, I can't waste time. But I hear his body couldn't handle it. He was pushing his body to the limit. And I feel like he was given something, and I don't know if this was purposely done or not on purpose. We'll say alleged, but I feel like he was given something that made it worse. Like it's like here we'll give you this, you're sick, we'll give you this because we're assuming it's this when it's A when it's really B. We're assuming you're just sick with a cold or the flu, but really you're sick with like meningitis or like something way worse or way unexpected than one could initially see or understand. Like I feel like his back was sore. Like I feel like there's something where his legs were sore. And I feel like this is also dealing with like a series of unfortunate events. Like one thing after another. Like it's almost like maybe he initially got sick and he just got the stomach bug or he just like maybe got food poisoning. But from there he like and this is just hypothetical, but from there he got scratch on his arm and that got infected and that made him more sick because it weakened his immune system even more. And from there he caught a cold. And from there the cold turned into, the flu. And from the flu it turned into this. And it's like, and then he slipped and fell on his back, and that weakened his immune system. It's like, like, not saying that these are all the things that literally happened, but it's just like a series of unfortunate events that led to this. I hear I passed out. Like, I hear him saying I passed out. So I don't know. Maybe he passed out, and maybe like I don't know why I keep seeing something with the head. So I don't know if he passed out and like hit his head or something like that. But I literally hear him saying I passed out. I passed out. I also feel like there's something with eating. Like, I don't know if he wasn't eating or wasn't eating enough. Cause I like feel like I see him like kind of munching on. It looks like he's munching on nuts or something like that, or seeds or grains or something. Um, there's definitely something with his diet, like not eating properly, which once again would aid to what I was saying and what I was seeing, which was a series of unfortunate events. He wasn't eating properly. He got sick. Therefore, if you're not eating properly, your immune system is kind of not up to par. So it's just like like misstep after misstep kind of thing. I'm also hearing allergic reaction. So I feel like his body's been through it. I don't know why I feel like he's had some sort of at one point maybe he had an issue actually in the hospital, and maybe that's why, because I literally see his body like he's in the hospital bed, he's like tied up to the tubes, but his body's like swollen kind of thing, like he's swelled up. I mean, his body, it like swelling decreases and he goes back to normal, but it almost looks like he's like emaciated or very skinny. So it's like he swells and then he like the swelling decreases, but then it's like we're left with like a very skinny, frail looking Jamie Foxx after the swelling has gone down. So once again, I don't know if there was something that actually happened in the hospital. There's a possibility that something maybe allegedly happened in the hospital. Maybe he reacted negatively to some sort of medication or something like that. But I feel like that's part of why things have been. Did you hear my stomach? That's part of why things have been so weird with this situation. Because it's been a series of unfortunate events. One misstep after one misstep after one misstep. So I feel like they've had to get him stabilized actually in the hospital to even, get working on rehabilitating him. Because I feel like whatever his body was going through, once he got to the hospital, it's like they had to flush whatever that was out of his body or something like that, or it was still kind of acting up in his body. It could come out that this was also some sort of rare medical like complication or rare medical disease or something like that too. All right. But as far as the question being, did the king and queen, King Charles and Queen Camilla, did they participate directly in this happening to Jamie? I would have to say no. They definitely could be tied in some way, shape, or form, but indirectly, I feel like. All right, directly but indirectly. Okay. All right, let's get into the cards. Let's end this reading with some cards and see what the cards say. And we're black. All right. By the way, you guys, if you want a reading from me, I am available. I just want to remind you all, alright, if you want a reading, you can text me at 703-791-9162. I am available for international clients as well. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck when you pass readings in the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, amen. Let's ask the cards. Are King Charles and Queen Camilla in some way associated with what is going on with Jamie Foxx? Are King Charles or Queen Camilla at all involved with what's going on with Jamie Foxx? Give us some clarity and insight, Spirit. Is Camilla or King Charles? Almost said James Charles. Is Queen Camilla or King Charles associated with Jamie Foxx and his medical crisis? Maybe because James. Anyway. Ooh, the Tower shows up as the first card. Tower card is a card of a red flag, breaking something down in order to rebuild it up again. Tower card could be a card of how one sees himself, how other people see them. This is a pretty red flag, to be honest with you. Ten of Wands shows up connected to money and finances. Ten of Wands is someone dragging their feet, not wanting to face or deal with a situation. Five of Cups shows up connected to thoughts, communication, and the mind. Nine of Swords shows up connected to emotions, family, and the home. Are King Charles and Queen Camilla associated in any way with Jamie's passing? Getting some interesting cards. I have to say, I get the Eight of Swords connected to career, professional destiny, status in society, or connected to purpose in life, creativity, self-expression. Eight can deal with the past. The High Priestess can deal with someone, in a position of power. This could be Queen Camilla, maybe. Page of Cups is facing the Seven of Wands, connected to change, evolution, growth, and endings. The Five of Wands shows up connected to travel, relocation. Five of Wands can be a card of drama. Seven of Wands can be a card of frustration. Five of Swords. Two of Swords. Are they... I get the World card as the last card. Are they associated with Jamie's passing in some way, shape, or form? Once again, I feel like it's possible that they could be connected. Once again, Jamie or Camilla and King Charles could be connected, but it's like directly but indirectly. It's definitely possible that something that King Charles or Queen Camilla did or acted may have affected Jamie's ability to, like, for example, get assistance while overseas or something like that, for example. Or it's like, maybe, say, for example, Jamie did get sick while he was in the UK. And while there are certain procedures we do over here in America, right, they may do different things, those things differently in the UK. So it's like, whereas certain medication may be approved in the US, it may not be approved so much in the UK, kind of thing. But is that technically Camilla, like, for example, would that technically be Camilla and Charles's fault? Well, kind of to a degree, yeah. Right? They are technically the ones that enact the laws, rules, and regulations. But could we say that they, if that is the case, once again, hypothetically speaking, could we say that they would be the cause of what happened to Jamie, therefore? Right? So maybe let's try rewording the question because I'm actually kind of surprised by this answer. I'm not kind of surprised, I'm actually surprised by this answer that we received. It's all in how you word the question. I always tell you all when you get a personal reading from me, to be specific with your questions because it really does matter. So I want to know, is there anything that Queen Camilla, or King Charles did within their rights that affected Jamie Foxx and his health crisis? Is there anything that King Charles or Queen Camilla may have done in their right as king or queen of the UK, of London, where they were filming at one point the movie Back in Action that Jamie Foxx starred in? Did whatever they did, or whatever maybe laws they enacted or rules they enacted, or anything that they may have done, King Charles and Camilla, was it a direct cause of what happened to Jamie Foxx and his medical crisis spirit? Could this be bigger than just Jamie? Is it more than Jamie? Is it something in the UK? Let's see. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a card of hard work. It can be a card of industries. It can be a card of career, professional destiny. Eight can deal with self-discipline, self-control. Eight can deal with long-term health. So I would have to say it is possible that maybe there's certain things, laws, rules, regulations, whether it's specifically for movie sets, whether it's specifically for movie sets that come overseas to the UK, whether it's specifically non-US citizens or non-UK citizens. Whatever the thing is, there may be something enacted where it's possible it could have aided. Ten of Swords shows up connected to personal belongings, money, finances. It could deal with healthcare. Ten of Swords is like being stabbed in the back or stabbing one in the back. Once again, this card can show up connected to money and personal belongings and finances. It could deal with Jamie's ability to receive care while overseas, or maybe specifically in the UK. Nine of Pentacles shows up connected to emotions, family, and the home. The Knight of Swords shows up. This would be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or Leo person between the ages of about 20 to 45 years old. I think we discovered that Jamie is a Sagittarius, I believe. Temperance card shows up connected to health, work, job, daily routine. The Devil card shows up connected to one-on-one relationships. Only other thing I can think of is...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, Siri, I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. She's a mess. But, I, like, the only thing with the Devil card coming up, like, does Jamie have beef with the royals? Does he have beef with King Charles or, Queen Elizabeth or Queen, Camilla? Because the way the energy is coming out, it's almost like they, like, would have had beef or something like that. With the Devil card showing up connected to one-on-one relationships and business partnerships, I think it's something where... I wonder if the UK has strict laws when it comes to filming movies or movie sets versus if you were, like, and working that way versus if you were to just come in and visit. Because it's almost like there's beef here, but I don't know if it's with Jamie. It may be specifically with, like, the company Jamie was working for. Or, it may be beef with the UK or King Charles or Camilla not wanting certain movie sets or this specific movie set over there. Like there's something where there's beef here with the royals, and it affected Jamie in some way, shape, or form. This could be a negative business relationship or something like that. I don't know if it's specifically Jamie and the Royals. It could be once again the production company and the Royals or something like that, or the UK. So I think in that way, yeah, they are affected or they are associated. I get the Six of Cups connected to death, evolution, change, growth. Six of Cups is a card of one-on-one relationships, a connection between two people. It typically denotes the one person helping another one out. In this case, it would be King Charles or Camilla, or the UK helping out once again the production company or Jamie with filming this movie, aka the location. Two of Wands shows up connected to relocation, travel, stepping outside one's comfort zones. Two deals with home matters, family emotions. Two of Wands is a choice between two different things. To me, it feels like almost like imagine and for this is for people if you have an EpiPen or if you have allergies, you understand. Imagine if you or a family member that suffers from allergies or needs an EpiPen. Imagine if you or that family member traveled to a different country, whether you were staying there for a few days or a few weeks or whatever, and you forgot your EpiPen, and maybe you get sick, right? And you need an EpiPen. So you go to the ER, but because you're not an American citizen or because you're in this foreign country under the guise of A, B, C, or D, you have to go through this whole process. I know you need an EpiPen, but we need you to fill out these papers and we need you to go through this process first. Or because you're not a citizen or because you're here under this guise, we can't give you an EpiPen, but we will give you the equivalent of an EpiPen kind of thing. Like imagine if that was if that was a situation that like happened to you or someone you knew. That's kind of like what like went on with Jamie Foxx and him traveling overseas overseas. All right. He got sick overseas. Once again, like I was saying when I was channeling the energy, it's just now being confirmed in the cards. All right, in a way that I didn't expect. He went overseas, got sick overseas. However, once again, maybe due to restrictions, laws, or whatever it may be, it could even be COVID for all we know, right? He wasn't treated overseas. That's the issue. All right. I think that's the issue. Six of Wands, which is connected to long-term health, career, professional destiny, is facing the Two of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of overcoming obstacles. So it kind of was gives me the energy where it's like if we just make it if we just get these next 2 days out and we can just kind of hold off on whatever sickness he's going through until we get back to the U.S. we'll be fine. Like I feel like that's how maybe Jamie was handling it or the powers that be were handling it kind of thing. Like if we just crank out this last bit of work we need to crank out, we can get him back to the U.S. and we can get him recovered kind of thing. But it took too long, right? When there was something wrong, clearly with Jamie, he probably should have went back to the USA right away. And then maybe once he recovered, maybe he could have come back to overseas to the UK. If they were still filming there or not. That probably would have alleviated this whole situation. All right. Last card is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a card of one-on-one relationships, but it can denote this can be a card of like contracts, agreements, things of this nature. So I think this comes down to the production company and the Royals, or the production company and the UK, King Charles and Camilla and their laws, rules, and regulations for overseas production companies coming to their territory, bringing their germs, bringing this and that to their country, and have setting some boundaries with them, including medical, maybe even medical care boundaries as well to some degree. Allegedly, we'll say once again, this is all alleged for entertainment, YouTube, purposes, okay? Ooh, child, this is another juicy one. I mean, there's so many layers to this Jamie Foxx story. There really are. All right, you guys. What final message does Spirit have for Jamie Foxx? You know what? I'm actually going to use a different deck. I'm sorry. I'm going to use my Oracle deck. What final message does Spirit have for Jamie Foxx? I kind of want to binge watch the Jamie Foxx show. I need to find where like that show's running. Do they still show that show? For some reason, I like want to watch that show now. Alright, Jamie got the Element of Air card. Element of Air. Let's see what it says in the book. Let's read it, y'all. Let's read it together, child. Element of Air. Alright, let's see. Let's read it. Alright, it says, in Wicca, air is typically the first element addressed, beginning in the east. Its symbol is the sword or athame. Its color is yellow. Time of day is sunrise. Season is spring. And it rules the zodiac signs Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. It governs the energies of the planets Jupiter and Mercury. Jupiter actually deals with long distance travel. Interesting. Mercury deals with local travel. Air represents wisdom and compassion, but it also represents the higher realms of creative consciousness. Jamie, alright? When it appears in your cards, you are being asked to approach your situation from a place of wisdom and informed thought. Are you allowing yourself to simply jump into situations without thinking about them? That's what I was picking up. Remember I was saying how I felt like he was moving fast and like, that's what I think he was jumping into situations and not thinking about it. It says, have you allowed yourself to make decisions too quickly? Yes, I feel like that's what he was doing. Maybe that's also what caused him to get into the situation. It says, if so, be reminded that the energies of air can be accessed whenever needed and will help in making informed, wise decisions. He should have made more wise decisions. This is a lesson in slowing down and listening to your inner self and listening to your body. It says this card can also mean an overabundance of caution and wariness is most evident. You overthink and overanalyze rather than logically make a decision and proceed. This leads to stagnation. You know, and it's interesting. I feel like I feel like Jamie's usually a cautious and wary person. I feel like he's also someone that can be prone to overthinking or overanalyzing. But for some reason, with this energy, I feel like he wasn't in his right element. Maybe that element is the element of air. Air, though, can be ungrounded. So I would love to see what his chart says. If he has a lot of maybe air in his chart or something like that. Air can also deal with air quality. It can deal with, air in terms of traveling, right? In the air. Alright, y'all. This is the newest reading we did on Jamie. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all for listening and watching. Definitely keep in touch. Remember, if you want to contact me for a reading, I'm available. You can text me at 703-791-9162. You can also email me at lamarr.townsend@gmail.com. Or just visit my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. That's the best place to reach me. I am available for readings, and I would love to read for you. So I will catch you in your own personal reading. I'll talk to you in your own personal reading. Or I'll see you in the next video. Either way, I will see you soon. Love and light. God bless. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe, please. And subscribe to my second YouTube channel for horoscopes, Lamarr Townsend. for those of you who would be interested, I do have a second YouTube channel. It's also in the channel section of my YouTube channel. So I definitely would subscribe to my second YouTube channel at Lamarr Townsend Official or Lamarr Townsend on YouTube, where I also post psychic readings and tarot readings. I do horoscopes over here, specifically on the live section. So check out the live. May horoscopes are up, by the way. And yeah, check out my videos over here as well. All right. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening and watching. Love and light. God bless. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. I'll catch you in your own personal reading, or I'll see you soon either way. Love and light. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me. That's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. I don't care what the others say, let's channel some energy today. I don't care what the others say, let's channel some energy today. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me. That's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me.